Is this our first session of 26? I think it is. It's our first basketball session of 26. Yes. So welcome in. A lot of familiar faces. I see a few new faces. And let's get right into it. We've got a series that we like to call Rule IQ, where we try to bridge the gap between players, coaches, and officials. And we've got a very special guest today. But let me pass it to, we have Kane, of course, and James from our RefMasters team. I'll pass it to you, James, to do the intro on our special guest today, and then we'll hop right into the film.
Yeah, so Robbie is a Boilermaker. What years were you at Purdue? You're after
07,
me.
07 to 12.
Way after me. Okay, so he's young, he's a baby. 07, 12, boiler up, baby. Had a cup of I had a cup of coffee in the NBA with the Timberwolves. Just a great guy. He's got a wealth of knowledge when it comes to playing the game of basketball. He grew up in Valparaiso, Indiana, which is about 30 minutes from where I grew up in LaPorte, Indiana, where the two towns are right near each other. And so Robbie now does commentating. He will be one of those people on the Final Four someday. He's just that good. So we appreciate his time and his expertise here. He's going to talk to us about a game that he did with Austin Rivers when they work with, is it NBC?
Yes.
NBC. Yep. They kind of give perspective from players, coaches, and on this particular day, he happened to be working the Cavs and Hornets game, and he was giving the Hornets perspectives while Austin was giving the Cavalier perspective. So this is what we think is a good opportunity for, because for referees, we're always talking the mechanics of officiating, which we should, but learning the game and seeing the game through a player's eyes is also important. In my opinion, because it helps you to understand and gives you a better feel for how the players are seeing the game. And that makes it, I think, gives you more information when you're out there making decisions on the floor. So without further ado, that's going to be the session today. As always, we like to make it interactive. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and turn it back over to Sony.
Awesome. Thank you. And before we jump into the film, I had the pleasure of watching this game. And Robbie, you all are doing a great job this year. A lot of us have been waiting a long time for NBC to be doing NBA basketball again, and is not disappointed. It's been excellent. Those start times on the West Coast, those are a little brutal for those on the East Coast. But in terms of the broadcast and the commentary and just putting all the pieces together and it being a little bit nostalgic, but not too nostalgic, it's just been really good. So, and I've been hearing that from people all over. So hats off to that. What's been different this year before we hop into our first play, if anything, what's been different this year in terms of how the job has been working these NBA games and these NBC telecasts?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for saying that. It's just NBC makes phenomenal sports television, right? Like whether it's the Olympics or Sunday Night Football or the NBA and NBC, going back to the 90s and kind of the nostalgia you talked about. I give them a lot of credit because A, they're really good at making good television, but B, they put a lot of resources to it. We have the same crew and it's the same director and most of the time the same producer and the same kind of core of people that are doing these on the bench games. And they're different. Like I've never done this before until we did some practice games at Summer League out in San Francisco, the Summer League before, I think it's before Utah and before Vegas. And I was very skeptical. I was like, man, how are we going to do this? Where I'm on one bench and Austin's on the other bench and the play-by-play guys across the way. That's kind of a weird setup. And, I've done 3-man booths before. There's a lot of nonverbal communication that can't happen because I can't even see my analyst partner. So we've kind of come to the conclusion that if your team does something good, you talk, which I think is a good kind of way to do it. But yeah, my year's been great. My schedule is kind of simplified here. I do a weekend CBS game now that we're in conference play, and I'll do a Monday NBA game. So this Monday I'm at Detroit for Detroit-Boston, which is a great game. Mm-hmm. And Tuesday I'm in Ann Arbor. So this actually works out really well. Ann Arbor, Michigan is like 20 minutes from Detroit, 30 minutes from Detroit. Yeah. So I've got one trip though coming up where they put me in LA on Monday and Champaign, Illinois on Tuesday, which
Catch that right out of Chicago, and you'll be
Pray
down
for
in
me on that
Champaign
one.
by 9 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, that'll be tough. So thanks, NBC. But no, it's been a really good year. It's been a really good year.
So, James, we've got a few film clips here to look at. It'll be fun to look at all the perspectives, the two of you, and Kane, of course, in the replay center. There's one clip here titled, "Is Robbie Right?"
I fear this. Before we start, I am really afraid that I've walked into a bad place.
Yes.
Robbie, if you just tell me who I need to anonymously email about the 11:10 p.m. starts on the East Coast, then we can maybe remove this play.
Okay, I can get you that. I can get you that email for sure.
James,
Okay.
Any setup here before I launch?
No. So yeah, let's play it and we'll talk about it.
It's on 103. Can't finish going this game. It doesn't look like Jonathan Mitchell gets fouled, but if there is going,
I think the audio we could do better with the audio, Sony. Couldn't quite hear it. Yeah, maybe louder.
Okay.
It's full blast, yeah.
It's on 103. Can't finish going this game. It doesn't look like Jonathan Mitchell gets fouled, but if there is going.
All right. So there's the play. You know how we do here at RefMasters. Thumbs up if you think there's a foul on this drive. Thumbs down if you don't think it is. A lot of
I think
thumbs
it's a
down.
foul. I think it's a foul.
You know what? And actually, okay, it's good. It's a lot of this is the beauty of TV. Pause it right there, Sony. Great. I'll tell you when to pause it.
Yep.
We'll talk the mechanics. Pause. Okay, so Robbie is sitting behind that American Express table there. Do you guys see that where Charles Lee is standing in front of? You kind of point that out. That's where Robbie is sitting doing his telecast. And so he's basically has the center look on this play. As you can see, I am on the other side of the floor. And so Donovan comes to me and says, "Hey, I got fouled on that." I was like, "Really?" I said, "What? I didn't see anything." Can you play the alternate angle, please, Sony?
Yes, sir.
This is all about open and closed looks. Because the contact, this is, by the way, a foul. Robbie is right.
Oh, nice. Is it on Knippel fouled him? Kind of stood him up?
It is on ball. So pause. Go back right there. There's the bang. There's the whack. See that? Right there. It's all about open and closed looks. So you all on the play-by-play had my look.
Mm-hmm.
None of this was visible, which is why we talk about open and closed looks all the time. What is closed to one is usually open to another. So even though I am the lead on this play, I see none of this because I cannot see the left side of the dribbler. Now, the left side of the dribbler happens to be the side of the floor that Robbie is on. That gives him an open look at that point of contact by the defender there. Right? And so we always say when you have an open look, we need you to step into the play. When you have a closed look, we need you to be disciplined and not guess on plays you cannot see. So when Donovan comes to me and says, "Hey, I got fouled on that play," I had no idea what he's talking about. And so from a player perspective, they think you're just like BSing them. Like, how do you not know I didn't get fouled? Like, what are you looking at? Is their mentality. Well, I'm actually looking at this play. I just can't see any of it. And so is Robbie right on this play? He absolutely is, because he's able to see that reach in there by ball, clearly short of the ball, and that contact affects the dribbler's rhythm. You can see his rhythm is affected there. Balance can be questioned as well. So that's the type of stuff we talk about, Robbie. It's not just about is this a foul or not. It's about how do referees see the play. So we referee hands. So if you have an open look and you're refereeing the defender's hands, in this case, it's ball's left hand that he's reaching with, it will take you to the point of contact, which is the offensive player's. It's about his arm right up here. He's hitting, and that impacts the play.
Couple questions in here. And also for our group, our live audience, if you have a question, raise your hand, put it in the chat. As always, want to keep the conversation going. Kane, let's go with you first.
What do we have? Is it a shooting foul?
If we call the defensive foul, is it a shooting foul? Thumbs up, yes. Thumbs down, no. Sony's going to give him another look.
I know, we're nice here.
One more time.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We got a little mixed bag there.
Yes, we do.
All right,
Robbie,
good.
let's start with Robbie.
Okay, there you go, Robbie.
I would say that's continuation. It's a shooting foul, but I'm an idiot with rules, so I don't
So
know.
the foul. Can we all agree the foul is occurring right now, right?
Exactly. Yes, it is.
Hitting him on the elbow right there. His left hand is on the left elbow.
Yep.
And then as you let it play out a little bit further, he actually takes another. It looks like he takes another dribble, and then the gather is clearly after that.
Yep.
Either way, dribbler